What is going on, everybody? For those who don't know, I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. Today we got, the Philly Talk Nation stream coming at you guys, where you guys can hear Eagle info from some of the guys who love it just as much as these content creators out here. So you guys know me, Philly Mike, and we're going to introduce the rest of the guys, starting with the guy to my right. Go ahead, my guy.
Good evening, everybody. You know me, Emo Philly, Charles Smith, representing Baltimore with that Philly flag. Here to give y'all the real content on Eagles sports.
What's going on? My name is Gene, one of the channel members.
It's good, everybody. This is Vic 3. I ain't got nothing clever to say like Charles B. Moore, so I'll keep it simple. Let's keep it pushing.
Oh, I forgot to ask.
What's going on? My name's Murph. Go ahead, Chuck.
I forgot to add something in my intro. Future Philly Mike podcast fantasy football winner.
Me? Thank you. Like, you didn't have to do that.
Oh, shit. My name is Murph. I go by Mr. Kenzo. And more Philly Smith. Let's go.
There we go. Shout out to everybody in the chat already. Let's go Birds, Seth, BLG, Eagles has landed. Eagles season, Philly girl, RB, Philly fan D, Michael Bernardo, Bobby OMG, Lakers #1 fan. What's going on to everybody in the chat? So we're gonna start this off by asking a question that we all just seen happen today. Andre Dillard goes out with a season and an injury. And I wasn't going to make a video, but I had to make a quick video touching that topic. But now I want to get these guys' input on it. We got a couple things. We're not going to just stick to the here and now. We're going to go some old school and some predictions. So stay tuned. But be more Philly. What is your overall assumption, or what do you think has to be done and your take on Andre Dillard going down 17 days before the season starts?
Well, to start off, when I first heard that he was hurt, I finally threw my hands up and said that I was done pretty much on defending him and Sidney Jones. Like, in your words, at the end of the day, I mean, these guys got to be built for football, and it's starting to look like they ain't. And I can't keep wasting energy hoping that they can do what they need to do. I mean, if they can't do it, our mentality is next man up, and that don't just mean for injuries; it means for production as well. So, I'm all for them switching Peters back to the left, allow Pryor to play the right guard, or see how Mailata work out at the right guard and keep Pryor as that swing player that we need when somebody go down, because Pryor played tackle in college, so he's capable of playing the position. And I mean, we still got Driscoll and Prince Tayawaya, whoever his name is, that can step in and play the role as well. So I think we're good on depth. We might not have that star talent that everybody wants, but I think for right now, we'll be good.
Go ahead, Gene.
What was the question again?
How do you feel knowing that Andre Dillard will be not playing for the Eagles the whole 2020 season at left tackle?
How do I feel? I mean, he's been getting eaten up in practice anyway, so might as well put Peters back over there. I ain't trying to get Carson Wentz injured.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean that's the obvious thing is to move Peters over there, but now we shuffle the line a little bit. But how you feel, Victory?
It sucks that he's injured. That's a big loss. I mean, he's a rookie. He's still a lot of talent. But I didn't expect him to start anyway. You already knew that. I figured that someone else would end up taking his place. And it wasn't – I don't think he had what it takes to be the left tackle at this moment. Because his biggest problem has always been the bull rush. Joe Osman took him off. Like a couple of guys have been taking him, beating him. He hasn't been playing to where he should be. But the good thing is we do have backups. We have Driscoll. We have Matt Pryor. Now, I don't know if either of them will take the left tackle position, but, we have other people there. Is it ideal? No, but it's the Eagles. Next man up.
Definitely that. And Murph DeKenzo representing the old school and new school with the shirt and hat mix. Go ahead and give us your take.
I think Vic's using big words because Chuck challenged his football knowledge. But it was a guy that a lot of people weren't really too high on in the first place. It sucks that he couldn't prove us wrong. Josh Sweat, I'm gonna find out where you live, bruh. But now, I guess signing Peters made a ton of sense right now. Obviously, we didn't know this was going to happen, but we got him for security, and it was needed before the season even started. So it sucks to see guys go down this early, especially for the whole season. Some guys are just injury prone. Sometimes you can't do nothing about it.
Yeah. Shout out to Stephen Joyce, another channel member for the Philly Talk Nation. Was supposed to be here, but a lot of kids, sick wife. Shout out to you and your sick wife. BLSG, another channel member on here, couldn't make it for reasons that we're not going to talk about. He knows what I talked to him about, but shout out them for coming through. Shout out to our guy Philly Notion, bringing the fire. Always, be more Philly, and Philly Notion got a nice little wager on Adrian Killins making the roster. So we definitely going to get that talk later in the chat as well. So pretty much
Talk about to work a whole week and lose the whole check.
That's crazy. But pretty much like you said, some of the outside noise from Eagle fans, and I hear how you guys are taking it. You guys weren't really set on Andre Dillard to take that spot anyways. But here's my take on it. They've been highlighting him getting beat with the bull rush, and that has been his downfall. We knew that last year, and it's playing into this year. But people don't realize that there have been beat writers tweeting that he has been holding his own on certain plays, so it wasn't all bad. Again, this is a guy who got through into the fire a couple of times in 19. We tried to make him go on the right side in 19. It didn't work out, and so this guy is one of the guys on the Eagles who really needed a offseason, and he doesn't get it. So I wasn't ready to give up on him, but I did say in my video that I believe you got to have somebody else start week 1. We're still trying to win games. We can't play around, but now this injury is going to set him back even further. But before I get to my next question, shout out to, I don't know why it's not coming up. Shout out to King James III. He said, we respond well to next man up mentality. Eagles will be fine. Hey, bro, you hard as heck to get hold of on Twitter because I was hitting you up so you could be on this stream as well. Another guy who's in the Philly Talk Nation category. Shout out to you for coming through, but I was hitting you up. Check your DMs, my guy. I got like a lot of them. I even say, bro, you good? Because you said you were down like a week or so ago, and then, went ghost on me. But shout out to everybody in the chat. Be more Philly over there, talking crap on Philly Notion about the bet. In the comment section, Jalen Williams, another channel member, up in here. But here's my take. So throughout this whole camp, who's the one player on the Eagles? It could be a veteran or it could be a rookie, because we're going to have specific veteran and specific rookie questions coming up. But the top guy who's standing out to you from day 1 to day 11 in camp. Chuck, go ahead. Or B-More, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that for me? I'm in the chat talking trash.
I hear you. Who's the top guy that stood out to you in the first 11 days of training camp? It could be veteran or rookie.
Why would you even waste your time asking me that question?
Because I want the chat to know how you feel about it. I know.
Hey, it's my guy, Sean Bradley. Sean Bradley coming after that number 1 spot, baby.
So he's coming in for that number 1 spot, the linebacker position?
Yes, indeed.
Hey, I will say this for the chat who don't really know. Chuck has been on Sean Bradley, since he became an Eagle, had a little argument with Gate City, all friendly, all love. But hey, if this guy pans out, this man has been on him before almost anybody I've heard, including myself. So shout out to him and shout out to King James. He said, "My bad, bro. Was going through some stuff. Just got off work, checking in with the family. Take your time, my guy. It's all good." As Philly Talk Nation members, we're going to be doing this at least once or twice a month. So you just catch the next one, my guy. Shout out to you. So Gene, who's your standout guy in camp?
My guy's pretty much the same as his. I'm pretty impressed with Sean Bradley and also Quez Watkins. Like what I'm hearing about them too.
So you gave me an offense and a defensive guy. So with that being said, go ahead. Give me your offensive guy, Chuck. So I'm going to ask Vic 3 and Murph, offense and defense as well.
I don't really have an offensive guy because, I mean, everybody's pretty much doing what I expected. I assumed all of these guys would come in and be a lot better than what we had last year, especially from going through looking at all of their tapes and stuff in the offseason when we ain't had nothing else going on. Like, I mean, Quez, Hightower, Rhaegar, like all of these guys are coming in and they look like they're going to be productive. But like I told you earlier, I told you Deontay Burnett, like he's on a lot of people on this organization's radar. So it's possible he might make that cut.
Yeah, definitely. All right, Vic 3, offense and defensive stands out. Now, this could be rookies or veterans, just anybody on the team. Go ahead.
At the moment, on offense, it has to be Rager. He's been killing it this whole preseason, or should I say training camp? There's no preseason. Yeah, every report you see is him connected with Carson, him doing this, doing that, beating Darius Slay. Like he's been looking pretty good in camp. As for my defense, you know, it got to be Kayvon Wallace. He's been killing it in camp this whole time, lining up veterans as a rookie. Come on, that says a lot. So I think with those two, those are my top.
Hey, I agree. Kayvon Wallace is low key. You know, got a couple picks, playing a couple disguise coverages. He's definitely doing it. And Jalen Reagor, again, not afraid to go across the middle. He is a little big guy. Best believe that. Murphy Kenzo, save the best for last. Go ahead and give us your offensive defensive guys.
Yes, sir. So offense, I gotta agree with Vic there. Jalen Reagor, like I feel like every day we're hearing this kid's name in camp. You know what I mean? Every day, oh, he's not afraid to go across the middle, like Mike said, and oh, he's not afraid of contact. And for you, we want to hear that out of a rookie. We haven't had those rookie a receiver to be excited about since Deshaun, in my opinion. That could vary, but the kid's impressing. He's looking good. He's doing what we drafted him for. So I definitely are high on him on offense. And defense, you already know who I'm gonna pick. Green Goblin, baby, Jalen Mills. My little $50 check coming from Chuck. You know what I mean? My little $50 when they're starting in the Pro Bowl for the NFC at starting safety. Come on, baby. I'm telling you, I feel like it's going to be a positionless defense more than even offense. And guys like Jamin are going to excel. Guys like Bradley, you know, these guys are going to be able to excel where they don't have to be in a specific position. You're not the Mike. You're not the safety, the corner. You're moving around. That's what, you know. I think Jim might have his ears perking up over the way this defense can work.
Hey, real quick, I got to read some of these comments real quick before we move on because everybody that used to love to get Philly Fresh show, payback is always comes tenfold. So the chat says his mic is jacked up, man. What's it called? Said
my mic?
That Murph is, yeah. They said you're definitely on voicemail mode.
Sounds like you got it like right here. Like,
I ain't even seeing the comment.
Your volume is loud. It's just that it sounds like all one word.
There we go. It's the cell phone.
But I do gotta agree with you. I do got to agree with you that Jalen Reagor's name keeps getting mentioned all over the place. I mean, even today, he got praised for blocking. They did a run play. He had one-on-one blocking with Darius Slay, held his own in the blocking for a receiver, and then he went to the sideline and Jason Peters gave him the old smack on the back, like, yo, you did a great job blocking, young boy. So that's always good to see because the young rookies don't like to come in and do that dirty work in the block game for the run game, and it's important. Now, I want to get this one player's name out the way. We only been on for 15 minutes, so we got to get him out the way. Adrian Killins, AK-46, a guy who's getting chances in training camp mainly because Boston Scott and here he goes. Boston Scott and Miles Sanders is hurt, or not hurt, but they're not playing. Now, I will say this, Charles. Adrian Killins' mother commented on me and Philly Fresh's video the other day. She just wants her little, her young guy to do well. Anyways, again, he is getting opportunities in training camp that he wouldn't see if Miles Sanders and Boston Scott were taking snaps. So with him trying to show Doug and Deuce why he should make the team, let me know if he makes the roster.
Huh? I was falling asleep for a second. I'm gonna ask the chat this question because me, Philly Fresh, and Gate City, two of the 4 members
had a private conference call.
2 of the members of the 4 Battle Bird podcast members. we were talking about that, and the question that I had is that I like Killins. But my issue with Killins is that if I'm picking a team, would I take him over one of the other receivers that I can use in multiple positions? So you got to get the most value out of that roster spot as you possibly can. And that's why when I say he's not going to make it, it's not because I don't like him. How can you not like Mighty Mouse? But, he's all he is fast. And it's like after that, you can't use him for nothing else. When you got guys like Mensa Bailey, you got guys like Deontay Burnett, like I said, you got guys like Rob Davis that you can bring in and play wide receiver, and they can possibly be multiple position receivers, and they can play special teams as a gunner, a returner. Like even at the running back with Corey Clement, you got somebody who can block on special teams. It's more value you can get for that spot than what Killins has to offer.
Hey, that's a great point. Like I said, whenever I talk about Adrian Killins, I address the speed, I address the explosiveness, I address all that, but it's going to be an uphill battle because we have shifty. We don't got guys as fast as Killins in the running back position, but we got guys who are shifty, can get the job done in Boston Scott, Miles Sanders, and when you look at the end of the running back room, you're probably going to want some more big guys, but I'm not putting it past him because of the chances he's getting to show Doug and Deuce a little something. So what's your take on it, Gene? AK-46, how you feel about him, and does he make the roster?
I like Killins. I think he makes the roster. We need help with the special team. We don't have anybody that is explosive enough to go for special teams. So I think he makes it for special teams only.
Victory?
It all depends. If they keep 3, Killins will make the team. Now, if they keep 4 running backs, I can see him making the squad, or if there's an injury. But my thing I said before, you got to look at Killins. He's more versatile than what you have in Corey Clement. So when you're looking at it, you got Boston Scott. If he's out, you got Clement to run up your backfield. But then after that, what's good? You're going to need Killins because he can do special teams. He can still do passing. He can get screen passes. He can run the ball. He's more versatile than what Clement is. Now, will he get the automatic over Clement? I think so. Clement's been with the team for 3 years now, I believe. So he already got that with the team. Killins is going to have to work his butt off for the rest of the preseason to get on. But I think he does have a chance. I'm not saying that he doesn't have any chance. I think he has a good chance to get on.
Go ahead, Murph. AK-46.
Now, I got to agree with Gene and Vic in a way. Because I agree with Gene's point, the special teams aspect of it. It's worth keeping him for that. But I was going on the same thing with Vic with the if we keep 4 guys, yeah. But if we keep 3, we're gonna have to drop him to the practice squad or something. There's talent. You don't want to cut talent ever.
Oh well, just to let y'all know, I mean,
I think
the
we
same
all
way they've
losing
been
service
raving
somehow,
about
some way. I
Killins,
don't know
they've
what's
been
crazy.
raving about Holyfield the same.
Repeat that?
You didn't hear me?
Nah.
No, that's 2 people talking at the same time.
Oh, I'm sorry. Who's talking, Mike?
I have no idea.
Oh, no, I was saying
Go ahead,
that
Chuck.
the same way that they've been raving about Killins, they've been raving about Holyfield as well. So, and that's another position that I say you get more bang for your buck with a Holyfield over Killins. Like us as Eagles, we get infatuated with 1 or 2 things about a certain player, and then we just gotta have him. But like I said, looking at it from an organizational standpoint,
I agree.
the most.
But do you think Killings has more to offer than what Holyfield does?
No, I don't.
So you're trying to say Holyfield is more than just a third down back?
I'm not even saying he a third down back.
So then what does he offer? What's he got?
Practice squad.
Yeah, but we're talking about making the team. If he's not good, if he has no versatility.
Practice squad ain't making the team. That's
No, but I'm saying I was comparing Killings and Holyfield. I was saying out of the both of them, Killings has more, like I always say, versatility. Killings brings more to the table than what Holyfield does. And the day Holyfield's going to be a third round back. That's it. He's not going to be a starter. He's not going to do anything else. But
but what I'm saying is that you can put Holyfield on the kick return coverage. You can put him on punt return coverage. He also can get in on short yardage plays, things that you can't do with the Killins because all he offers is speed, and we have speed and wide receivers. So,
I see it.
Go ahead.
No, I'm saying I just feel that Holyfield is more limited. That's all.
Yeah. And that's why I said it when Killins first got signed to the roster and I saw the speed and I was amazed. My first thing was we got so much speed in the wide receiver core. We got speed in the running back position with a guy like Miles Sanders. He's not going to burn you fast like that, but the dude got jets as well. Are we really going to sign a guy who's more just about speed? I'm not saying he is now. He's been working in the slot. He's been doing some stuff. The wheel route, he got hands. I understand that. But are we going to sign a small guy who can't take that many hits, most likely in the NFL, over a guy that we're kind of missing, that LeGarrette Blount type role? And even if Holyfield is a third down back only, that is something that we 100% don't have. Actually, Miles Sanders can do it to an extent, but not that bruiser. So that's where I think, Doug and Deuce are looking at. We got a lot of guys who can take sweeps. Who's that guy who's going to run up the middle on 3rd and 1? And that's where Michael Warren and or Elijah Holyfield were offered that. But again, I just think Doug Peterson sees something in him to where he wants to use him to game plan for something. And even if a guy like Killins only is on the special teams and only gets 1 or 2 or 3 plays a game, they could be game-changing plays. A draw up the middle, 1 or 2 runs. Now, another running back who wants to get in a rhythm, got to keep going. But Killins, it can be a home run at any time. But I do think it's going to be a close call. I don't think it's 100% no for him or 100% yes because of his stature. I mean, 170-something pounds is still 170. And people want to compare him to Darren Sproles for being small. Darren Sproles was small, but the dude was still $190. You hear me? In $190-something because he had a little stature. But I had to bring up the Adrian Killins talk because he's a fan favorite, and he's definitely not the favorite to somebody on this screen. And like he said, he admitted this was the nicest thing I ever heard him say about him. He said, I like him. I just don't think he's going to make it because of the versatility of other players. So that's very interesting to me. Nicest thing you ever said.
I think he'll make it because they won't be able to stash him up in the practice squad. Other teams will pick him up.
if other teams wanted them, they would have went after him.
See, you could say both ways because, again, we didn't use a draft pick on him. So when the draft was over, we went out and signed him. I mean, he was available for other teams too. So there is something holding other teams back. Now, if we keep talking him up in these press conferences, let him go, maybe another team takes a chance. But I don't know if I want to find out. We definitely going to check it out. Shout out to the chat, though. Cody Kleinfelter said, "What's up? Sorry I'm late." You good. We just got the Philly Talk Nation members shouting out what they think. Shout out to all 50 people in the chat. We right around 50, 53, 50. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. It helps the stream out. I would be telling you all the names to these guys' channels if they did YouTube. And by any means, if you have fun on here and think about starting up a channel, let me know. Definitely appreciate you guys. And these are guys who are just Philly Talk Nation members. Huh? And with that being said, yeah, I just remembered I said that. Murph the Kenzo, he doesn't really talk Philly sports, but he does vlogs and comedian. He's a vlogger and a comedian, and normally his mic ain't this bad, to say the least.
Yeah, now I took the headphones out. I think I'm better now, right?
A little bit, yeah. Go ahead.
Hey, I got one more thing to say about special teams as well. Far as on returning punts, it don't matter who's back there returning punts if we're not getting the right blocking, because you got to remember, like, if you look at the games that we've played over the last few seasons, like, it don't matter who's been back there. The coverage team is down there before the returner even catches the ball. So, I mean, like I said, you need to upgrade the front part before you can worry about the returner.
Yeah, definitely. The blocking scheme is definitely important in a return game. It gives you them lanes to go through. But like I said, these guys are Philly Talk Nation members, and we try to do this at least 2 times a month. Now we have more Philly Talk Nation members on. We're going to have different mixes in here. But yes, definitely. Like I said, if they do decide to start any Eagles content, I'll definitely let you guys know, because not only are they Philly Talk Nation members, but when I have them on, you know, these are guys who are Philly Talk Nation members because they really mess with the Philly Talk podcast. But these are guys who've been with this podcast for a while talking, and I see them in the comment section, in the chats, and these guys have great takes when it comes to the Philadelphia Eagles. So shout out to the Philly Talk Nation members. If you're interested in any type of channel membership package, it's in the description of this video. Check it out. We have 3 different tiers offering 3 different things. They are Philly Talk Nation members, and they get twice a month to come on here and talk about the Eagles. And this tool is going to be great once we get games going. We're going to have 2 live streams for them to either voice their happiness or their sadness. With that being said, let's get to this. What do you think is going to carry this team throughout the season more, the defense or the offense? And give me your little reason why. Go ahead, B. Moore.
You said who's going to make it on offense and defense?
No, I'm saying when it comes to the full offense and the full defense, where do you think the Eagles lean to? Like, what's going to be our better set? What I'm trying to say, because we're saying it horribly, who are we going to count for more in the middle of the season? Once we start going and everything's flowing, are we going to have a better defense or a better offense? What are we going to count on more?
I would have to look at the schedule to see how to answer that, because I think some teams that will have better offenses, our defense might look bad, and some teams that might have worse offenses, the defense might look good, and vice versa for the offense. So I think that's kind of hard to answer. It's all I think a week by week basis.
So pretty much you're saying that you also have confidence in our offensive defense, where we have the team that we can win a shootout, and we also have the team that we can win a dogfight because of the defense. So that's where you're kind of landing.
That can make it to the NFC East Championship game with a record better than 9-7.
I was just about to talk to Vic 3 about that because I know when we come to record, we all got our guys winning about double digits. Some got us at 10, some got us at 11. Maybe one of us had us at 12. But I know Vic 3 has been a guy who said 9-7. Vic 3, elaborate one more time why you think we go 9-7 this year.
Because he can't count.
Nah. Hold on. Let's address this. I came out with it. I said 9-7. B Moore had said, "No, don't ever make it." I said, "All right, then. What do you think? 10-6."
No, I said 11-5 at the lowest.
Nah, you went to 10-6, fam. You went to 10-6. It's okay. It's all right. Y'all get nervous. It's all right. But to answer your question earlier, I think we always it's split up. We rely on our defense. Our defense is our foundation. So we always have to have that ready to go. Our defense is off. Our year is going to be bad. We go nowhere without our defense. So no matter what year, what the schedule is, our defense is what we rely on.
So far, a couple people in the chat said the defense for sure. So the defense is winning. But, Gene, like I said, just because you pick one does not mean you think the other one is not good. But, Gene, what do you think is going to come out fired up in 2020 more than the other? You think it's going to be our offense or our defense?
I actually think both. For me, the first half of the season will be the defense, and then once the offense picks up, it will take over in the second half.
I'm here
because of COVID. I think the offense will start off slow.
Let's go do it.
So you think the offense is going to get a slower start, and it's definitely going to have to rely on the defense. And then once we get rolling, there's no stopping Carson and these guys. I can definitely see that. Go ahead, Murph. Offense and defense when it comes to the 2020 season. What do you got?
Well, last year I thought the defense rather, and both of them fell off halfway. Then defense came back. Offense not so much. I don't know, man. I feel like this defense can be crazy. Like I said, the safety position alone, linebacker. And the safeties and the defensive line itself are so stacked. This defense could be something special. They start playing together. But this offense, you got that too. There's a lot of excitement, a lot of power on both sides. I had to pick. I'd say defense. I'm a little more excited about this defense this season.
Yeah, I was more along the lines of a Gene too. Like, I really do like both. I think the defense is going to pick up most of the slack in the beginning just because of COVID, the lack of preseason. Even though these weapons are nice, they're new. Defense is new too, but I think it's easier to get chemistry than timing routes and stuff along them lines. However, we just need to come out week one and get a dub because I'm already hearing the stuff from the footballers. I'm definitely going to be doing a live stream with my guy Ed Oliver coming up real soon, probably in a week or so, because he's been talking a lot. He DM'd me right away on Twitter about Andre Dillard. Now he ain't a bad person. He also gave his condolences. He don't like any injuries, but he says, "What are you going to do about our guy Chase Young?" I said, "Don't worry about it. We got a little something for him." So I also want to talk. We talked a lot about this whole season last time we were on this channel. But again, real quick, if you're new to this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We do live streams and regularly scheduled programs. Also, smash that like button. It's free. It's easy. And it makes us all feel like we did a pretty good job. Anyways, like I said, for those asking who these guys are, these guys, you should know them. They're Vic 3, Be More Philly, Gene Pio, and Murph DeKenzo. They're always in the chat. Murph has his own channel for comedy. I think B Moore's really itching to start a channel. He just don't want to admit it. But with that being said, these guys come on for the Philly Talk Nation live stream. I appreciate them. They support me a little bit extra. They don't have to. They do it anyways. And we do a live stream twice a month. We're going to get different people on here. Shout out to Stephen Joyce. Shout out to King James III, BLSG, Lawrence James, Hannibal the G, Philly Fresh, who's not here. These guys are the same tier, but not able to get on. But shout out to everybody else like Jersey Boy, Jalen Williams, all the other channel members on different categories. Appreciate you guys 100%, and smash that like button. Now, we talked about the whole season last time, but I just want to know about week 1. Give me, we're 17 days away. We kind of know what the Washington football team is doing. Be more. Give me your overall assumption. You can just do the score, or you can break down a little bit what's going to happen in the Washington versus Philly game, week 1.
Well, I honestly was a little nervous with Dillard, even though I was backing him playing on that side, because Washington has 2 vicious defensive ends, and I feel a little more secure with Peters playing the other tackle if they do move him there, and Lane on the other side. So I feel a little bit better on that, because all we need is 5 seconds. If he can stand in the pocket for 5 seconds, don't forget Ronald Darby is a corner on the opposite team. So just throw the ball up and we good.
And so you got a type score prediction for week 1 since it's so close?
No, because it's a divisional game, and like last year, you would have expected us to come out the gates and blow them out. But I mean, because it's a division game, it's going to be tight. So, and then we still don't know who Washington's quarterback is going to be, because they've activated Alex Smith, and we don't know if he's actually going to be the quarterback or not.
So give me your tight score.
I say 31-21. I say we beat them by 10. We'll cover the spread.
Gotcha. Go ahead, Gene. Let me know your score prediction for the Washington footballers and against the Eagles.
I got the Eagles winning 27-13.
You said you're going to see a little bit of offense and defense in this game. I like that. Go ahead, Victory.
I think it's not going to be a blowout, but I'm going to say 28-7. Washington will end up scoring, or might be later in the game when it's pretty much done and over with. But I think we're going to surprise a lot of people. We're going to look really good, but we're not going to show too much. So we're going to keep a little bit back for the next one.
Interesting. The chat is blowing up saying 27-17. We're going to beat them by a lot. But go ahead, Merv. Let me know what your score prediction is going to be.
I do think it's going to be a blowout. We're the only team in the division that's not coming in, quote unquote, new. I think we're looking at like 27 or 28-3. I agree with Vic. Like last minute, they might get that field goal with a minute and a half left just for a little bit of pride. But like I said, honestly, I see a scheme. They don't even have an identity. They don't even know what their team's called at this point. I mean, I can't see them putting out. They have talent, but they new coaching staffs with COVID. So I'm seeing 27-3 or even possibly 9-0 Eagles. Something nobody's ready for the start of the season type shit. Pardon my French.
I hear you.
Cha-ching.
Not even to mention, Washington doesn't even have their head coach. He just got diagnosed with cancer, so that's a setback for them.
That's what I'm saying. That team has zero identity, bro. They don't know their name. Who's my coach? Who's my quarterback? The guy with a half a leg. That team ain't ready for nothing, bro.
From what I read, he's still continuing to play.
Yeah, I think so, Gene.
Blessings to Ron Rivera.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Ron Rivera, listen, there are division rivals who, when an Eagle player gets hurt or something, they legitimately celebrate. Look, any coach, any player for even a division rival, they're still a human being. When what's his name? The D tackle, what's his name? Gerald McCoy. When Gerald McCoy went down for the Cowboys, I'm only glad that we don't have to play him, but I'm always wishing these guys to get well. Billy Fresh is calling. Let's see what he's at. Yo, what's going on?
Yo,
no, because there's so many people and I have to scroll my screen down. My bad.
1/3 of the Battle Bird podcast.
Yo, that.
All right.
Coming in.
Yo, that Philly Fresh here.
Yo, that.
Does the general have?
He's been back here. Listen. He was backstage for like 15 minutes texting Be More Philly and me, but I don't have my phone that close to me, and I couldn't see him because there's so many people. I have to scroll my screen up. But go ahead,
Now
Philly
I
Fresh.
can't hear y'all.
Say what's up to everybody. He can't. He'll be back. This time I'm going to see him right away. But look, so we got a close game by B More, but then the Eagles pull it out at the end. Gene Pyle, he says 27-13. Victory says it's going to be a banger, and Murph Kenzo agrees with him. I like that. My take was I got 28-20. That was my take, and I believe it's more of our defense stops them, but then they get a late score that is like, pretty much it doesn't matter. So might be like 28-13, and they score a touchdown at the end, and we don't really care because it is what it is at that point. But since Philly Fresh just jumping in, we're giving our week 1 predictions. What do you think? What do you think the score is going to look like week 1 against the Washington football team?
Well, I ain't just jumping in. I've been backstage for about 15 minutes. I text Charles. I've been seeing Charles been looking at his phone.
I'm busy.
Okay. Remember that. But anyway,
how quickly we fall apart. Conference call, bros.
First of all, Murph,
Hey, Fresh. As soon as you
I don't understand nothing you're saying. You sound me too.
What?
So I don't know.
Well, it sounds like y'all together.
Wait, my joint sound crazy?
Yeah. Sound like you on the water for a
no,
little bit.
you're
Oh, that's because I had my hand on the drum. But what was the question that you asked me?
prediction for the Washington football team versus Philadelphia Eagles week 1 matchup in 17 days.
Man, I gotta kind of agree with B more. We really don't do this, but I kind of agree with him. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard because we don't know what quarterback they're gonna have. From the rip, I think it's a win. It's a dub, but I don't know exactly who they're going to have, so I can't give a final score. But I say we beat by 12 points.
I like that. Shout out to Chris. He said 50-0. I know he's playing, but I like how it sounds. Shout out to Jalen Williams, a channel member, who said 28-17. And real quick, we got 66 people in the chat. Smash that like button. Do me a favor. And yes, this ain't a normal live stream. This is the Philly Talk. Hit that like button. My man Vic said I can't type it, so I'll just write it on a piece of paper. Shout out to my guys. Appreciate you guys. Now, for those who are normally in this chat more often, you know who these guys are. Gene Pio, Pino, Be More Philly, Murphy Kenzo, Victory, and your guy, Philly Fresh, who's always on the Battle Birds podcast. He's part 1/4 of the Battle Birds podcast, taking conference calls without me. I see him. I see you guys, but it's all good. We're gonna have to settle this out in a conference call. But what we do 2 times a month, and we're going to continue to do this twice a month, is I'm going to get the most I can get on one stream is 8 people, so 7 including myself. I'm going to pick 7 people from the Philly Talk Nation channel membership, and we're going to go twice a month and talk about the Eagles. Now, I do it daily, and you guys are in the chat, but some of y'all comments are dang near better than mine. So that's why I like to get the Philly Talk Nation on here to give us their take on the Eagles, not through the keyboard, through their own ears, eyes, and mouth. So what I want to ask you guys next. Huh? Here goes Fresh. You know what I'm saying? You know how he does. Go
ahead, man. Hey, man. Keep going, man. Keep going. Go ahead.
So
man.
you missed the AK-46 thing, and I actually heard Philly say something.
I was watching. I was in the shower. I was watching. I heard all of y'all takes. Of course, we already know how Be More feel. I heard what Vic said. I think I missed Gene Pio. And I think I missed Murph because it was so staticky. But I mean, I'm still up and down. If you check my video yesterday that I made about the man, you know what I mean. I'm up and down about it. Like, I would like him on a roster. I feel as though this. I like him on a roster for selfish reasons. I want to see this speed in the NFL game. You know what I mean? This speed that everybody's talking about, that I have seen in college. You know what I mean? They're saying he's the fastest person for reasons, but I get if he doesn't make it, because being 165 and trying to play in the NFL game, man, you're lighting the butt. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy because I don't even know how he made it through college. I don't know if he took any major hits or any of that. You know what I mean? But he's not. And then he's not like a stout guy. He's not built like Sproles. Sproles is a different kind of monster. So people stop commenting on the video telling me about Sproles. They're two different people. You know what I mean? But I would like to see him on a roster, but I don't know. You got dudes that come before him like Corey Clement. I'm just talking about special teams. Corey Clement. You got Duke Riley. You got both of the receivers, the lower receivers that we got, Quez Watkins, Hightower, and Rhaegar going to play special teams too. So I'm trying to see where he fits if there's no injuries. You know what I mean? But I feel as though he's probably the 54th person. That's what it's looking like right now.
Yeah. And I like your take on that, but you know you got to keep it all respectful with Mama Killin coming through. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to that.
Hey, she said she like what I said. She respect my opinion. You know, I respect her. You know what I mean? But hey, man, I gotta say how I feel, man. I gotta say how I feel. That's how I feel.
So here's my question to you guys now. When it comes to a player on the Eagles leading this season with touchdowns, now it could be rushing touchdowns or receiving touchdowns. We're not talking yards, we're not talking catches. We're just talking the player who has the most touchdown, not named the quarterback. So running back getting rushings, receiver getting receivers. Who on the offense leads in touchdowns throughout 17 weeks?
JJ, I think a white side. My man's a red zone machine. They asked my man
Red
JJ,
zone machine.
They asked JJ, what do you think about that touchdown you caught in the red zone? He said, which one?
I said that in my video yesterday. Yep. That's confident right there.
Too confident.
All right, Gene, who gets the most touchdowns in 2020 in 17 games?
It would have to be Miles Sanders because he could do it running and catching. He's gonna get most of the carries.
Yeah, Reggie.
Hey. Wow, that Reggie.
Mom Dukes, you don't want me bringing on here. You think I'm bad.
But so Gene says Miles Sanders because he says he can receive and rush, and he's going to be a big part of the offense. So far, the chat is all saying Miles Sanders, Miles Sanders, Miles Sanders. Oh, we got a Deshaun Jackson, we got a Zach Ertz, but a lot of Sanders. But go ahead, Philly Fresh. Who gets the most touchdowns in 2020 for the Eagles?
Like, are y'all serious right now? Like, the chat, are y'all serious? It's Zach Ertz. Like, did y'all forget who? Like, stop it, y'all. Like, did y'all forget who he is? Did y'all forget that he is our possession guy? This is the guy that's going to be targeted in the red zone. This is the guy that Carson Wentz is most comfortable with. It's Zach Ertz, like, hands down. You know what I mean? I guess y'all must have forgot, like Roy Jones said. But yeah, that's my guy, man, Zach Ertz.
Fresh, I'll take a bet on that.
I hear you. Definitely. Ooh,
You always
a
trying
bet.
to bet something, man.
I'm a betting man.
It's easy money.
Your money is easy
So wait. Is this going to be Arcega-Whiteside versus Zach Ertz for most touchdowns in the year? Philly Fresh, take that. Come on, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is crazy. Yeah, that's a slam dunk. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Hey, I'll be spending Murph, Philly Notion, and Big 3 money. So we can bet a bottle of Banana 99.
It's a good thing.
Hey, man, it don't matter because I'm going to be spending all y'all money once I'm
Fresh, I'll give you a loan after I win.
I'm gonna spend all the money once I win this fantasy league. You know what I mean?
Oh goodness.
My
You better
wife right
upgrade
here.
that
My
Kindle
wife
tab
right
and
here.
see
She
that
needs some
money.
new earrings on y'all. You hear me?
Hey, Philly Fresh. AB said, "Yo, Philly Fresh, you need to give some of that green to Andre Dillard." Yo, again, shout out to all
Get some of that.
some of that green to Andre Dillard.
What green? I'm confused.
I was a little too. I thought you would know, but anyways, so be more Philly. Be more Philly says, yeah. Be more Philly says JJ Arcega-Whiteside will come up and be has the most touchdowns on offense, not named Carson Wentz. Gene Pio says Miles Sanders because of receiving and rushing. Philly Fresh says Zach Ertz because
we including. I thought y'all just meant receiving. You including rushing too.
we're just saying offensive touchdowns, not named Carson getting passing touchdowns. Yes, including that.
Oh, come on, man. That's not even fair. I'm thinking you talking about receiving. That's a whole different take right there.
I said. So, do you got your guy Zach Ertz still, or are you moving off to Miles Sanders?
Yeah, I'm going with Miles. I gotta go. I mean, come on now. Like that's not even fair. Zach Ertz can't rush no touchdown. Like, yeah, I get it.
Zach Ertz can't run after he catch the ball.
He can't what?
Bambi legs can't run after he catch the ball.
You ain't never lied. Him and Greg Ward, man, I don't know what the heck. Like, ain't no yak coming out of neither one of them. Yak is yours at the catch.
All right, Vic 3. Offensive touchdowns. Who you got?
I'm gonna say it's gonna be you're gonna say I'm crazy, but it's either gonna be Deshaun or possibly Dallas Goddard. Last year's record Goddard 5. Howard had 6 himself. Fresh is coming out like Zach is the main man in the end zone. I mean, in the red zone. Zach Ertz won't be the leading in touchdowns. I guarantee you that right now.
So you think they're going to give him a lot of receptions still, because that's what he eats up. But in the red zone, they're going to target other people.
Well, with the wide receivers that we have now and the speed that we have, Zach doesn't have to be that main security blanket. You have more people to spread the ball around this year. So his numbers, we won't know what they're going to look like, but they're not going to look the same.
That's true. Real quick, before we get to Murph DeKenzo, shout out to Asia Robinson for a super chat. I don't know why it's not coming up. What up, Philly Mike? I have a question. Do you think the football players will postpone some games because of Black Lives Matter movement? They already talking about canceling practice. Here's my take on that. I respect 100% what the NBA did. Even though I want basketball to come back because I love it and I want to see what King James does the rest of the season, I respected the crap out of that move, and I kind of wish they at least held it longer because they're already talking about coming back, and so I don't know what they were proving with just one postponement. I mean, this is a big deal. It's a legit matter. It needs to be changed. I know it's not going to happen like this, but people need to start seeing it, feeling it, that there's bigger issues than just sports. Even though I love sports, so that's definitely going to be interesting. I think the NFL is going to look at it differently because, again, you're talking about 80-some. Well, these are playoff games. Don't get me wrong, but the NFL seasons has always been a little different, and with baseball not doing it as much, I don't know if the NFL will take that hit. But it's going to be interesting to see what comes up about this, though. But I want to get y'all takes on this too. Right after I get Murph DeKenzo's most touchdowns in on the offense.
I gotta agree with a few people with the Sanders. Just because of the catching and the running, it's got to be him. Short and sweet.
There it is. Short and sweet. So like I said, shout out to Asia Robinson for the super chat and bringing up that topic. Appreciate you 100%. And shout out to the chat. Like I said, 71 people still in here. Listen to these guys. I mean, I don't even really want to listen to these guys, but I guess you guys do. I'm just kidding. I appreciate all Five of you guys on the screen giving your takes. Philly Fresh, part of the Battle Birds podcast. Be more Philly, trying to sneak in, getting conference calls without me. Shout out to everybody in here. So, Be more, you got a take on the Black Lives Matter movement for the NFL? What they think they will do and stuff?
I think it's it all depends on what the NBA did. If they're saying that they having talks now that the NBA have decided that they're going to come back and play, but they have to determine when that day will be. From what I hear so far, it's only been the Detroit Lions, I think, that protested and didn't practice. So until I see more with teams not willing to practice in order to take a stance, then that's when I'll be able to make an assessment on it. But I mean, it's like basically what LeBron said, like owners need to stop being held accountable to what's going on, because like if you look at what Kraft did, Kraft went and spoke to who he needed to speak for in reference to Meek Mills to help get him released, him and the owner of the 76ers. So like I said, the owners are the ones that are have that influence, because they're rubbing elbows with some of these politicians. So
that's facts. Gene, you got anything to speak on the super chat from Asia Robinson on Black Lives Matter?
I don't think it'll affect the NFL at all. I think the show will just keep on going. It's a business.
I hear you. Go ahead, Fresh.
Yeah, which way to go neither. We holding up traffic, sir. Damn.
Ask me the question again, Mike. Sorry.
Do you think Black Lives Matter is going to have a big impact on the NFL, possibly canceling games? That was the exact question.
I mean, no, and I mean, unless, well, it's probably still gonna happen, you know, unless young black people keep getting killed by the cops. So I don't know, but you got to understand, the NBA got the players of the NBA has more of their league than it is the NFL. You know what I mean? Like the owners really run the league. You know what I mean? You got your good old boys club, whatever you want to call it, your selective owners that really run everything. You know what I mean? And we see that. We always see that. With the NBA is different because the players got so much pull. The players can come together way better. Like, you know what I mean? Like even with the Colin Kaepernick situation, out of all them players, it was only like a handful of players that was coming to his side. You know, a la Malcolm Jenkins, finally Chris Long, the dude that played with Colin Kaepernick, Ed Reed. You know what I mean? And you had got all these players.
Eric
You got
Reed.
53-man roster on you got 53-man roster on every single team, and you got a handful of guys that you know that came up because the owners really run the league, man. And it's not like that in basketball. So no. If the owners say that we playing, that's what they gonna do, man. That's what they gonna do.
Hey, shout out to Jalen Williams. He agreed, and it's true. The NBA is more a player league, and the NFL is more, you know, owners and organization team game. But go ahead, Victory. What's your take on that?
What the Bucks did yesterday was unprecedented. I think every team, like if they're about this, they should be following what the Bucks did. They should follow that lead, because a lot of things that's going around. Sports is a big distraction for people. You know what I mean? It takes away from our day to day. But when you don't have sports, you're forced to focus on what's going on. There's a lot going on. And we have so many distractions, whether phone, TV, whatever it is. We're distracted. They're trying to put light on the situation by saying, hey, stop looking at us and look at what you really need to be seeing. You know what I mean? Like, we ain't going to have a post office pretty soon. You know what I mean? Like, a president didn't want to get voted in, so he's like, you know what? Let me just take out the post office and do what I want. And we're just turning a blind eye to it. We see it, we hear about it, but we're not doing nothing about it. So I think what they did was stand up. I mean, like that was some real G stuff. As for the NFL, like Fresh said, it's all on the owners. If it's the NFL's decision, like the Shield, they'll never stop a season for no reason. if the players can get together and stop worrying about how much they're making for this year, for the next 3 months, and actually did something and stopped the season, things will probably turn around and things would get done. I mean, they would put the power, they would take control of the power. But until they all get together and figure out, well, I'm not going to earn a little less money for the next couple of months, if they're okay with that, then they can go forward. If not, then it's going to stay the same. They're going to keep on playing.
And Murph?
I kind of agree with Fresh and Vic on that, with it being the owners' league. But to Vic's point, these guys step up and force their hand. They have no choice. I think what the guys did in the NBA, that's big. You start hurting billionaires' pockets, you're going to see change. These guys are in the government's pocket funding, and ain't no one better to push this. Now we're hurting your bottom line in a capitalist country. That's when you get real change. So, I mean, I wrote it last night. When the Bucks made that move, I commended them. I thought that was big. You talking an elimination game in the playoffs? It was big.
I think it's one thing to hear from a couple of millionaires, but when you think about all the sports leagues, that's about 96 teams altogether. When you have 96 billionaires in your ear, things get changed. Things change fast. Until that happens, like I said,
exactly.
Hey, Mac Main said that boy just preached. He was talking to Vic 3, but he probably co-signed you too, Murph. And I agree 100%. Shout out to Asia Robinson for the $10 super chat to really get this question going. Appreciate her. She's a Yankee fan. She's a Giant fan, but she show love in all content creator stuff. And like I said, shout out to 77 people still in the chat. Whoever didn't smash that like button, go ahead and do it for me. Appreciate you guys 100%. And for those who don't know who's on here, Be More Philly, Gene P.O., Vic 3, Murph DeKenzo, and Philly Fresh was here. He probably ran into Wild or something. I don't know. With that being said, these are Philly Talk Nation members. Like I said, 2 times a month, we're going to do this. We're going to bring these guys on and different Philly Talk Nation members to give their take on whatever's going on with the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, in 17 days, the very next live stream we do with these guys or any of the new guys who join Philly Take Nation, we're going to not be talking about what ifs. We're going to be talking about what happened. And I can't wait. I feel like this offseason has been so long. I can't wait to talk about a game, a win or a loss, but preferably a win. Before we get to this next topic, shout out to Lawrence James. Okay, what up, fellas? See y'all deep in here. Hey, bro, I was hitting you up on Twitter because I was trying to get you on here as well because you said you were good about a week ago. And then, but I understand people got to work and do that stuff. And there's always next time because we're going to start doing these more than once a month. On that note, I wanted to ask Fresh something real quick, too, to spin into my next thing. But when it comes to the coaching staff for the Philadelphia Eagles, who do you think's going to be the biggest help to Doug Peterson, moving Press Taylor up, Rich Ganganello, Marty Morningway, who's the other dude? That Andrew Briner. Who do you think's the biggest help? Mainly it's going to be Rich Ganganello or Marty Morningway. Who do you think's going to be the biggest help and why?
Marty Morningway. Why? Because he's going to be helping out with Carson Wentz, and I think he's established enough to let Wentz know when he's doing things that he shouldn't be doing, and he'll be able to keep him in order. So as long as the Bronco can run straight with the blinders on, then I think he'll pretty much be the Carson Wentz that we've expected since 2017.
All right, Gene, what do you think? Who's going to help Doug Peterson out of all the coaches we signed this offseason?
I agree with Charles, but who comes down whoever helps with Carson the most, helping him roll out the pocket and stuff like that.
See, Rich Ganganello is the guy who's supposed to draw more bootlegs. He's supposed to do more rollouts. We brought him in here from Denver because of his rollout scheme, where we know Carson's really good on the run. So I do think Morningway is going to help Carson Wentz overall, but designing these rollouts is going to be Rich Ganganello. Go ahead, Vic.
I think everywhere that Peterson brought in, they're going to have their little thing that they're going to bring to the table. They're all going to help in their own way. But non-offensive coach, I think the one that's going to help him out the most is I don't know how to pronounce his first name, Marcon Manuel, the DB coach. Yeah, that bringing that defensive back together because what is it, the past 3 years?
Forgot about him, Markel Manuel.
Yeah, there's a lot of miscommunication. DBs have been doing a lot of bad things, and I think he's going to put them on the right track, and that's going to help Doug more than anything else.
Malcolm Jenkins. Oh, excuse me, I sneezed.
That's a pretty big one. I hear you, Vic. Go ahead, Murph.
God bless.
Coaching staff changes. Who's going to help out the most?
I agree with Chuck in that sense with Marty because it brings some familiarity. Like, oh, well, you know what I'm trying to say. But with Doug, they work together. So it's – oh, Chuck, you mispronounce shit all the time. But it's just the familiarity. There it goes again. But I also agree with Vic, like, that there was so much discommunication in the secondary last season. Anybody's going to be able to step up in that position. I don't know why I can't say that word right now.
Familiarity?
Yeah. Familiarity.
Hey. There you go. Hey, be more. DeJounte Debris said, bless you on that sneeze, my guy. I think he dipped. What? But, yeah, so I agree. And I did forget about Markel Manuel, and I do believe he's going to help so much in this DB background. Like I said, shout out to you guys for taking the time to do this live stream with me. Like I said, I appreciate the extra support you guys give me being Philly Talk Nation members. Shout out to all the channel members. Shout out to everybody who's viewing this. Still got 67 people in, right around an hour and 6. We're going to have a couple more topics before we take ourselves out. But here's something I want to ask you guys. When it comes to, he went and got the change of shirt. I like that.
Same shirt.
Hey, be more. Oh, just the light. I didn't get to see it. But, hey, DeJounte Debris said, bless you on that sneeze you did.
No, bless him.
All right. So now we talked about a lot of things. We talked about favorite offensive production guy. We talked about rookies. We talked about everything. Give me one of your players from last year that played bad that you think needs to turn it around. And who do you think not only needs to, but you think will? And I know B-More might go with the guy he's been throwing out a couple times already, but who's your comeback player who needs to come back, had a bad season in 19 and will have a good season in 2020? Who's that guy? Offense or defense? Just give me one.
Other than JJ, I mean, all the other ones gone. You know I'm not going to badmouth Nate Gary because Nate Gary is the guy.
What?
But he can. Hey, Vic 3. Like I mean, he might miss tackles, but look at some of the tackles that he has made that are crucial tackles, not to mention his ability to get turnovers. So you can't be.
But to say God, he's not even top 10 on any list. So come on, let's bring it down a little bit.
Top 10 on my list.
That's all we need.
My list is better than 9 and 7. Just know that.
I know it's 10 and 6.
No, but honestly, I would have said Darby or Malcolm, but I mean those guys are gone. So the only person that we really can say is JJ. So we need him to turn it around. Like I can't think of too many guys that I was screaming and pulling my hair out on Sundays about, and that's honestly speaking.
Gene, who got to turn it around from 19 to 20?
My guy didn't really underperform. He's just been absent most of the time. I have to go with Derek Barnett. He has to step up big.
I hear you. Yeah, another guy that has potential, and if he steps up with the interior pass rush, can make that D-line extra special. Shout out to you, my guy. That is a great pick. He could be a real key to this team. Vic 3, who's your one guy that played bad and got to play good?
JJ, be more said. JJ's the only one that actually really played bad and needs to step it up, other than Derek, which was the one I was going to say. I wouldn't even want to mention Alshon because I doubt he even plays that long to even do anything to change anything around. One player, dang. I'm gonna have to say, I just lost it. You have to come back because I did have it, but I just lost it in my head right now.
All right, I'll go to Murph and come back to you. Go ahead, Murph DeKenzo.
Actually, in the chat, I see the take just put up the answer I had as well. I feel like it's McLeod. I feel like it was about 2 games he showed up. Other than that, I feel like his name disappeared in the mist. But if he can step up and have a good year with the other safeties here, I think we could be a scary defense for sure.
And I remembered who I was going to say. He didn't play bad by any means, but he didn't play to what he's expected to play, and that's Fletcher Cox. Fletcher Cox had an off year last year, and he wasn't himself. So hopefully he can rebound and get to his old self to play this year.
I think he played injured last year.
That's true. Yep.
But he still plays. So if you want to field, you want to field.
Fact. If we get the healthy version of Fletcher, it's going to be a problem with that interior, with the guys on the outside. But yeah, the take said turning around player was McLeod for us. Bit on underneath routes too often last year and wasn't himself. Need him to step up this year as a leader in the secondary and lead the guys this year. I agree 100%. DeJounte Debris said Derek and JJ for sure. BLG said JJ. Eagles has landed, said JJ. Lauren Jima channel member said Derek Barnett. Shout out to my guy. Be more careful. What's good, everybody? I'm late to the party. You already know. Like I said, shout out to everybody in the chat. Even the guys who are on the screen are still in the chat. I seen Vic 3 comment. I seen Be More Philly comment. I see Murph DeKenzo comment. The only one who's on the screen that didn't comment is Gene Pio. And shout out to him. He's paying attention to the whole flow. You know what I'm saying?
Man, Gene laid back listening to some Billy D. Williams.
I'm using my phone.
But yeah, again, shout out to these guys. I'm going to say it one more time for the people who just getting in here. Philly Talk Nation members, if you want to check out channel members, tier 1, tier 2, or tier 3, like the band says on the bottom, the link is in the description. Check it out. If you like it, go ahead. If not, if you want to upgrade, we're going to do this twice a month, especially during real games. I want y'all take on screen. Let me know what's going on with the Eagles. And I like all them. I like all them guys who didn't play that good or had some issue. And my guy didn't not play good. He just didn't play. It's Deshaun Jackson. We need Deshaun Jackson for double-digit games, not one game and a quarter. And if we get him for 10-plus games, this guy's going to change his team because we got Quez Watkins and Jalen Reagor and John Hightower, guys who can get down the field. But we also need that guy who can legit get down the field and legit track the ball better than almost anybody in the NFL over his career. I need Deshaun Jackson to play. Him being a Philly guy through and throughout, I think it kills him that he played one game his first year back after seeing what him and Carson did. And through this training camp, because we're talking about Jalen Reagor and John Hightower and Quez Watkins, we're sleeping on Deshaun because he's been having a great camp as well with Carson. That's my guy, D-Jax. Let's get it. Shout out to the people in the chat. Vic 3 said, hit that like button. Murph DeKenzo said, subscribe or you smoke Reggie. I don't know who these guys are, but shout out to them. Jersey Boy said, Jalen Mills, Barnett, if they play big this year, we can have a top 10 defense. That's something I want to ask you. So do you guys think we will have a top 10 defense or a top 10 offense or both? Give me your take on that. Be more.
I think we're always top 10 against the run. If our defense can be, our secondary can become top 10 against the pass, then most definitely. It's like I said, it's all going to be according to how they scheme these guys. I think it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot of mix and match on who plays and who's not, and I think they're going to base that off of who they're playing against. Like if we're playing against a fast team, I think they're going to put the speed guys out there. If we're playing against a run-dominant team, then I think they're going to put the bigger guys out there.
Hey, I like that. G Pile, you think we have a top 10 offense or defense or both?
I think we'll have a top 10 defense. The offense, I still think will take a long time to gel. But the defense, most of these guys are mostly solidified by now.
Got you. So do you have us being outside the top 10 the whole year, or is creeping in at the end?
For offense or defense?
Offense.
Probably top 15 around there.
Got you. Victory, what's going on? Let me know. Top 10 D or top 10 O or both?
I think because of our line, we're going to be in that range, like he said, around top 15 on the offensive side. Defense, we're definitely going to be top 10, probably around 8, 7 in that range. Our biggest weakness is linebacker, and that's scary. We overlook it every year, but it's the worst we've ever had.
Linebacker.
I see you just trying to get in there, trying to get some features in, but it ain't gonna work, man. Linebackers are greatest weakness, and you know it.
I don't know it.
Go ahead.
I don't either.
Hey Murph, top 10 O, top 10 D or both?
I think both. I think we're like this, probably the 6th or 7th offense, and this defense. If this is all, of course, everybody playing the expectation, but if we play up to expectation, I think this is a number 3 defense. Probably only put Baltimore, maybe something like that. I'd say 3 or 4, 3rd or 4th defense. If we play to expectation, and the offense should be about 6th or 7th if they play up to par. I think Carson competes for MVP this year too.
Yeah, I think throughout the years in the start, it's going to be a little shaky on the offensive side of the ball. Defense is going to barrel us out some, but by the middle, I see the offense sneaking up close and the defense. So Jalen Williams said 12-ish on D and 7-ish on O. I'm going to have to go with, I think the defense is going to be around that between 9 and 12. And then the offense is going to be, the offense is going to be around at 9 and 12, and the defense is going to be inside the top 10. That's what I take. But shout out to everybody in the chat. Like I said, we got some good comments up in here too. We got one that says we should resign Nigel since he knows what it's like to be part of a winning team now. Oh no. This man, can't sign him back. He already butted head with the organization, and now you want to say this, and then gets released. It sucks when you don't play for 2 winning teams now. Avante Maddox is another player that needs to step up and play better than he did last year, get back to the rookie years he had. Yeah, he definitely, but injuries definitely plagued him on that one. Definitely hurt him there. You see Philly Notion, B-More? Philly Notion said B-More, he needs to officially report on the Eagles, even though he out of there with his killing opinion. B-More is kicking fire. Salute, fellas. You already know. Shout out to Philly Notion. Warm it up, though. You already know.
Hey, I appreciate that, Philly Notion. But like I told the guys today, I said, if Deontay Burnett make this team.
Yeah, so we've been up for an.
You kind of you choppy on my end. I said I told Gay City and Fresh today if Deontay Burnett makes the team, then I will no longer be the best not reporting on the Eagles. I will become the best reporting on the Eagles, and I will start a channel.
You should have started a long time ago.
You gotta get that lighting on, because if you're doing videos
All
like
right,
that,
we going.
stories or something.
No, I want to come from. Hey,
You're gonna
it's
call
like me
Tucker?
wearing my ski mask. My YouTube channel gonna be called Be More Kenzo.
Yes, sir.
The stream messing up. We're having problems connecting. I think this is on my end.
Yeah, it's just you.
Are we good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything.
Am I choppy on
looks
you
good on
guys
the
then?
computer and the phone. No.
Yeah, because I don't know what they did downstairs, but I told them. Anyways, are we back to normal?
No, you look like a Chinese person talking in the movie.
All right, hold on. Let me just
I come through.
stay here, guys.
Like, hey, my name's Philly Mike.
Right.
Oh, I am Billy Mike. That's the putting on the ego. So, at the end of the day,
I've been listening to everything you guys said, so knock it off. Knock it off. All right, am I better, chat? Am I better, guys?
Yeah, you good.
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
So on this note, we're going to start ending it. We're up to an hour and 21 minutes. Before I get you guys get your ending piece, shout out to Be More Philly, Gene P.O., Vic 3, Murph DeKenzo, and the little bit of Philly Fresh we had on the Philly Talk podcast, Philly Talk Nation live stream. Like I said, you guys support me in ways you don't have to. I appreciate it. And we're going to do this twice a month. So if you guys like it, because we kept about 60 to 70 people in the chat the whole time, even with the choppy mics, even with the blah 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 blah, we still kept about 60 to 70 people in the chat the whole night, and that's pretty good. So you guys are entertaining.
Okay.
Appreciate you guys. Chat, we will have different people on here. We do have some Philly Talk Nation members who couldn't get on for different reasons. We will be switching it up, but some of these guys are going to be regulars. We're going to do it twice a month. Love it, because you guys, the same guys who are in the chat right now, spitting that fire. I love anytime I can give you guys a chance to get on here and really represent. Like B More says, if these things happen, he's going to be the best reporter on the Eagles and start a channel. We're going to have to wait and see where that goes. But with that being said, Be More Philly, closing thoughts on anything that we talked about or anything that you want to get off the top of your head about the Eagles. And one thing you mentioned, and I forgot to mention, is the COVID-19 thing. How do you think the season's going to be if that's what you want to finish with, unless you got something else? Do you think COVID's going to be a big impact on playing or anything in the season?
No, what I want to finish on is non-football related. I want to talk about what we going through as a society and what these YouTube streams has done for me since I've been following you guys. Like I said, it's bringing me closer to people that I haven't had any contact with, such as Vic 3, Murph, Gene, and some other members that aren't on here now. But I mean, we living in some rough times now where the hate is it's ridiculous. And the fact that people have no regards for human life, and then like on some of these social media streams, you see what some of these people are saying. Like I said, the hate is just horrible. So
It is.
I just want everybody to care for everybody. Look out for your fellow mate and just keep it pushing. Sports is something that we can all interact with that bring us close together. And I know that from playing basketball. So like I said, if it's find something, like you never know what the next person might like that you might like. Like we have more things in common than we don't. So just keep it 100. Love your neighbor.
That's facts, bro. That's a great way to end this. Like you said, sports is sports, but you know, one another is different. Go ahead, Gene. You got anything to end it on that we didn't talk about that you just want to say? I've been dying to say something about this, whether it's Eagle related or not. Go ahead, finish on whatever.
Well, the Eagles just released a linebacker. I'm trying to find out who it is, but I can't because I'm using my phone. So
I think it was Olsen.
It was who?
Olsen.
Oh, okay. I got the notification. but I
Dante
couldn't check.
Olsen.
Yes.
That's it.
That's
See,
it.
I know
respect
that
it.
because
Go ahead.
I'm the best reporting on the Eagles.
Here we go. I respect that. I respect that. Go ahead, Vic 3. How we ending it on your side?
I'm just gonna pray and hope that we have a full season. I pray, you know what I'm saying, everybody, even on the chat, you know what I'm saying, health across the board, man. And like, you know what I'm saying, be more saying, man. You gotta show love to one another, your neighbor, you know what I'm saying? Show respect to one another. You out in the streets and you see someone out of mask, whatever the case, you see them getting wild, pull them aside, talk to them nice, don't yell at them, don't holler at them. You know what I'm saying? Treat everybody like you want to be treated. Just like when you were a kid, when they told you that, yo, follow through with that, man. Treat everybody just like you want to be treated. And everything will take care of itself.
All right, that's facts. Go ahead, Murph. Let me know how you ending it.
I'll definitely, to answer your question about COVID interfering, I'll keep it quick. I do think we'll have some, as every other sport has. To touch on Chuck's point, Chuck, that was beautifully put, bro. You're my brother for that. I appreciate you. My only thing is to tell everybody, you can't tell someone else what their experience is. I see too much of that. If people are out here screaming that they feel equality, I don't understand how you could tell someone that that's not real. I see a lot of that, and I think that what's bothered me the most is if people are out here saying this is an issue, you can't just assume they want a handout or they're bullshitting. No, people are hurt, scared, and angry, and it's 2020, not 1920. It's time to change some shit up. And that doesn't matter what color you are. We need to come together, especially as a country. This country's torn apart. I mean, I'm trying to lay off social media a little bit. I've never seen it like this. Going on, it shit hurts my heart, bro. Just like Vic said, man, a little understanding, treat people how you want to be treated. I mean, everybody in here, I already know how y'all rock. We conversate, we razz each other, but we got respect for each other as men. And I love this community for that reason, bro. I'm glad I became a part of this community for sure.
And I got to say thank you, Mike, for bringing this all together. You know what I'm saying? It was you. You know what I'm saying? You try to put out a video and, you know what I'm saying, do your little thing on the side. But what you did and what you don't understand is you brought a community together. You brought a bunch of people that don't know no.
Yes.
And you know what I'm saying? Now,
exactly.
like, we're friends. You know what I'm saying? We're people. And that's all because of you. So big up to you, man.
Yeah, we follow each other's channels, and that's all you, man. That's what I said, best community, bro. We got a great community over here.
And that's another thing, man. Everybody on the chat, everybody watching right now, yo, support everybody. Murph, Mike, we got Fresh, Gate City, SNM. We got mad people out here that are talented, and they're trying to get content out there. We ain't got nothing to do but to consume it. So go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe.
Subscribe, ring that bell, fellas.
Well, now I'm going to take out your answer. I'm a gentleman.
Yeah. Appreciate it. Like I said, I you know what I mean, I actually started this 11 and a half months ago. It's going to be a year come September, I think 2nd, which is also my 11-month-old first year and a 1-year-old birthday. So I started my channel when he was born. I did my first video like right before he actually came out. So it's all good. My anniversary is going to be on his birthday. I grew a lot. I only did this to just talk some Eagles. I didn't think it was going to get this far, but shout out to the chat. We're ending this stuff and still got 57 people in here. Appreciate you guys 100%. Like I said, I didn't think I was going to be anywhere this close to getting anything. I was just hoping that in 1 year I can get 1,000 subscribers so I can go live with you guys and do some stuff. You guys are the real MVPs. I'm talking about the channel members to the regular subscribers who just uplift me and make me want to be better because, you know, I wasn't built for this until I just grew into it. And I appreciate all you guys. And I've always had a Philadelphia 76ers and Eagle passion, but I just decided to share with you guys. And I'm glad that the community's close. Murph DeKenzo, I mean, y'all talk. There's times where I'm reading the chat and I got to skip like 10 things because y'all having a full-blown conversation. Appreciate that 100%. And like I said, these guys on the screen are Philly Talk Nation members. They're the highest of the membership, and I don't have my membership up to no $20-some, nothing all that craziness. But the highest membership allows you guys to come on here and just speak your mind. You know what I mean? Can't be too crazy because, you know, we got to keep it legit. I got 60-year-olds to 15-year-olds who watch, so we try to keep it in some type of limit. But the sports crap talking is always welcome on this channel 100%. Shout out to everybody just jumping in here, but we're actually ending it. Shout out to Cool Eagle for the $2.99 super chat. He is a new content creator. His name is Cool Eagle. Wow, B More finally turns the light on when we're about to end this. Dude was in the dark the whole time. Dude was in the dark the whole time. We about to get off. I think he has one more thing.
Back off. Put it back off.
Lesson 1, lighting.
Say less.
Oh, come on. Damn. Like they shut the power on you, fam.
Hey, like I said, shout out to everybody in the chat. After all the streams that I do with people, whether it be BBP or these guys, we always get a little bit off topic, but that's because of how close we've grown as the chat community and the people on the screen. But like I said, I want to do something for the people. If they're going to support me the extra mile, I'm not going to just do extra content for them. The extra content is going to be them being able to get their mind off of Eagle stuff and other stuff like we did at the end of this. So shout out to the Philly Talk Nation members, the Philly Talk grinders, the Philly Talk 24/7, and the regular subscribers. Appreciate you guys. If you're interested in looking at the channel memberships, the link is in the description. Click on the description. Click on the link. You can check it. You can look at it and say, interesting. I'm a pass. Or maybe you want to check something out. It's up to you guys. But again, Be More Philly, Gene P.O., Vic 3, Murph the Kenzo. Appreciate you guys 100%. 17 days until Eagles football, and we are winning the Super Bowl. I don't care what anybody says. 9-7, 6, it doesn't matter. We get into the playoffs. We're going to make some noise. What's it called? Said, when's the next chat, my guys? Mac Main. Like I said, see, I was surprised, man. We kept 60 to 70 people in here strong. And like I said, these are guys who are seeing you guys on camera probably for the first time. They see you in the chat, but again, they respect your gangster. They respect your knowledge. Say it again.
I said 70 likes too.
I like that. I appreciate it. So now, because I rambled some more and B More got his light on. B More, you got one more spotlight remark you got to get off real quick in the light.
Let me think about it. Hey, everybody send Mike a shout out. I mean, he gonna change his name to Hollywood Mike. I'm hoping.
We out.
I'm hoping he can plug me in with one of the Kardashians. That's why he wasn't on the conference call today. So, hey, I'll take any of them.
It will ruin your career or something.
Kim been ran through too much. Maybe she can help me get my YouTube channel stuff. Damn, I say Kim, and then you see the red in the background.
Hey, Mike, quick question. When are we going to start up with that fantasy? When are we going to get all that worked out?
Oh, yeah. So listen.
More money.
Vic 3 is one of the guys. Be More Philly's one of the guys. Gene and Murph are guys who kind of like laid back. They're not into the fantasy, but we do need one more person. So I might come to the regular public for one more person. I'm going to be giving you that info before the weekend. So some video on the weekend is going to have the information. It's going to be a $50 buy-in. I believe we're going to try to do for like September, maybe like 5th. But again, once we get everybody in here and the money's in, I want to make sure it's a day that all guys are available. But all you really need is your phone, because you make your pick 10 minutes later when it's your pick again, make it again right from your cell phone. No biggie. But B More swears he's going to win the pot. Vic 3 thinks he's going to win the pot. You're forgetting. My guy Jason Walter said Phillywood Mike. We're going to mix it up. Hollywood, Philly, you know, we keep it funky. See, again, Aja Robertson, shout out to you, channel member. She said, what is B More's link? Here's the thing. He's on here as a Philly Talk Nation live streaming with me. He doesn't have a channel. I tell him he should maybe think about doing one, but he doesn't have a link. But he's definitely going to be on here twice a month. So if you like what you heard from the best not reporting on the Eagles, trying to get to the best reporting on the Eagles, we're going to be doing this twice a month from here on out. Come through. Anything else from you guys?
I was going to say, if you like saying at the end of the day, every single. No, okay, go ahead.
Everybody got
listen,
take a turn in saying it.
Shout out to Mike. That's my duty. We rip when we roast him, and he just fires back or laughs. Good dude. Great sense of humor.
Oh yeah.
hey, but if you guys watch my last couple videos, I have a JJ Arcega-Whiteside video, I have a training camp day 10 video, and I just released a video about Andre Dillard. Because I use this mic now, I don't do that every single day anymore. So I don't want to smack my mic down. So
That's
the
'cause
last
he fumbled on the last live stream.
I'm EJ.
Definitely. But yo, Mac Main, he said, hey, put me on there. Listen, you got to check out the description and the link. I appreciate you, but look through it, see what you see. And there is one that gets you on here twice a month, man. And you were coming with some hot takes in the chat too. I know if you come through these chats more often, you'll get familiar with Be More Philly, and then you can go to war with him, because he once he gets to know
And then
you,
you'll hate your life like I do.
On that note, we really at the end of the day. So
EAGLES.
You know what time it is.
You know.
y'all crazy. I appreciate you guys 100%. Like I said, if you want to check out the link, no forcing. Go to the description, click the link, look through it. If you like it, go ahead and check it out. On that note, you know what time it is.